What's up, world? Welcome back to Charge the Game podcast. I'll be your host here, Chuck, and man, oh man, some things you just got to be careful what you ask for. You really have to look at the ROI of this, the return of investment when it comes to James Harden and the Los Angeles Clippers and the Philadelphia 76ers. But we'll talk more about this as Los Angeles Clippers have lost their fifth straight game with Mr. James Harden. And I want you guys to know that this one was on him as he airballed the final shot. But before we continue to talk about this, I want to ask you guys to do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell so you guys can continue to get the latest when I drop my sports media takes. Now, look at the Clippers. Look at the Los Angeles Clippers and why they will never see a championship ring. And this was the year that I had hope that they would come close to it. But I'm even more hopeful that they are the furthest away from the championship, maybe even the playoffs. As James Harden takes the final shot, man, and just airballs this thing like no other, man. Let's see if I could pull up the video of this. James Harden, man, this is what you get. Check it out. Straight air ball, and there goes the game. And I know what the Los Angeles Clippers are thinking. They're thinking to themselves, how did we end up here? You know how they do at the beginning of the movies. They say, you guys are probably wondering why I'm in this predicament. Los Angeles Clippers, you guys did this to yourself. You guys did this to yourself, and we are about to get into this. We see that James Harden, man, this guy is just he's just a nuisance for any locker room. As the Los Angeles Clippers were looking damn good before he got there. The Los Angeles Clippers were getting the best cooperation, team cooperation, and player cooperation out of Russell Westbrook. You guys finally fixed the problem that the Los Angeles Lakers could not fix. And here you go, and they threw a wrench into an almost finished project. Now you got to build things up from the ground up and start all the way over, because this season looks like a dud. Unless Ty Lue gets in here and seriously, like, benches either, in my opinion, he should bench James Harden. You cannot come over there and mess up the team chemistry because you think that you're still this all-star caliber player. No, that's just not the case. And the 76ers look magnificent. The 76ers look like a team who can finally breathe again, who finally does not have a black cloud hanging over their heads, and who can finally see clearly now the rain is gone, because James Harden was that rain. James Harden was a terrible teammate. I don't care what they say about Russell Westbrook. I know that this guy's going to show up and give us his all, and he isn't going to make any excuses. But you guys have four divas on the court. Kawhi Leonard is a diva because of his injury, and he just refuses to speak. Paul George isn't as much of a diva, but he's injury prone. James Harden can't decide what team he wants to be on, and Russell Westbrook is mad if you don't start him in the first few seconds. So you guys are going to take all of the headaches of the NBA and put them on the floor together with poor old Zubac, right? That's so sad. As the Clippers have no one to blame for themselves, and I do not feel sorry for the Clippers. I don't. Paul George lobbied this. Kawhi Leonard lobbied this. But I know that Paul George had heavy emphasis on this. And this is what happens when you let players decide what's good for business instead of letting the business decide what's good for business. And what do I mean by that? The organization, right? We have Steve Ballmer, right? This guy has the IQ out of this world. He's a brilliant man, smart guy. This was a very dumb investment. All the investments you could have made, you know how to read the markets. You did great things at Microsoft, whatever, bro. Like, what the hell are you thinking? This is not a good fit. This is a terrible fit. And now you guys are suffering, and you guys are the laughing stock of the NBA as those feisty Grizzlies who have been nothing without Ja Morant put you guys to shame. You guys got all that veteran leadership over there, and here goes the young, feisty Grizzlies kicking ass on the court. You guys look crazy, man, and I don't feel sorry for you guys, none whatsoever, as James Harden continues to go into these meetings saying that, just got to figure it out. Bro, that's wordplay. Okay, let's start from the beginning. Russell Westbrook was having a phenomenal season, and the team chemistry was great. Now, there was a game Russell Westbrook had the final shot, and he airballed. And maybe that's why they said we need a guy like James Harden. No, you need to figure it out. You guys see the way that Giannis Antetokounmpo is over there balling. He is not crying to get help. He knows that once Dame gets on the court and they build up chemistry, you have to go through the bad to get to the good. The problem with the NBA is I don't think that you no longer need a big three. I think that you need a big two and a team that believes in the big two and has selfless egos, because that's exactly what works for the Warriors. They no longer have a big three. Clay is a shell of himself. Dre is a shell of himself. But they all believe in that one guy, Steph Curry. And Chris Paul buys into that because everybody feels like they have a starting role. You guys threw James Harden into the mix. Messed up Terrence Mann. He was having a phenomenal season before he got hurt. And you got those young guys coming off the bench. You got rid of your depth. That's over there with the 76ers. PJ Tucker is a hard-nosed defender, but he's going to go everywhere James Harden goes just because of that time in Houston. James Harden took a pay cut for his boy to come with him to the 76ers, and you guys know that PJ Tucker has a ring. So he can afford to hop around and go follow James Harden everywhere, because at the end of the day, he is a hard-nosed defender. And, hey, what the hell? I believe that even if they got rid of James Harden today, that PJ Tucker would still be a valuable asset, especially in the playoffs. So yeah, man, like, it's just crazy that they cannot figure this out. And Ty Lue, who thinks that he knows it all, he should know. Like, oh, man, I'm telling you guys, man, the ego of these basketball players and head coaches is insane to me, as he is the one who's trying to prove to the world that he can do this. You guys know LeBron James, right? He has the highest IQ in basketball, right? Probably one of the best players to have the best IQ. He could not get it to work out with Russell Westbrook, but Ty Lue did, right? So you guys see that everybody isn't for everybody, right? And I just don't understand this, man. Like, the Clippers deserve everything because they had day and night. This trade was going on for months. There was a point where the 76ers tried to back out of it. The Clippers tried to back out of it because the 76ers were asking for more, but it's because they knew that how desperate the Clippers were acting when no other team wanted to touch this guy. Here you go, signing a fat, skinny ass crybaby, and these are the results. You literally get what you pay for. Kawhi Leonard isn't a vocal guy, but he does seem to be playing with a lot more frustration. Hey, man. Hey, y'all had the chance to speak up. Y'all had the chance to say this may not work. Y'all had the chance to rethink this as a group. And what did you guys do collectively? You guys went on ahead and made that trade, as the Clippers have lost 5 games straight. The proof is in the pudding. You can try to figure this out. Once you ruin like something good, a good team culture, by bringing in somebody, these young guys were getting touches, getting minutes. That's very hard for them to go to the bench and want to give their best foot and best effort when it comes to being on the court and playing fun basketball. This isn't fun basketball. This is pretty much, hey, y'all sit y'all ass down on the bench. I'm an OG. I'm a veteran, and I don't care what you guys have going on. I'm James Harden. And he says that he is the system, right? Oh, and I know you guys saw the video where that the guy went on air, the commentator, and he completely destroyed James Harden. And if you guys didn't get a chance to listen to that, how about we go down memory lane right now and I'll take a listen.
To pipe this into the Clippers locker room. If I can talk to you, James, I hope you're taking notes. I'm telling you in advance, you're welcome for the wisdom I'm about to spew. Because, listen, I get on my knees every night and pray for someone to believe in me like Daryl Morey believed in you. You wanted a certain coach, they brought in Mike D'Antoni. You wanted to play a certain style, they played it. You wanted Dwight Howard, they brought him in and got rid of him when you were tired of him. You wanted Chris Paul, they brought him in and got rid of him when you were tired of him. They brought in your old friend Russell Westbrook. You want to go to Vegas on off days? They looked away. You wanted the team to stay over so you could go out at night? They changed the schedule, and it didn't work. And you know what? You said, I'm going to break up with my whoopee. Not good enough. I see the bright lights in New York. I want to go there. My old pal Kevin Durant. It's going to work. The big three. And all after 1 year, you wanted out. You realized, oh my gosh, I took this guy for granted, the guy that believed in me. I went back with Daryl Morey. They traded Ben Simmons for you. How did they pull that off? And you know what? You went there and you got a partner. got the MVP. He won the MVP. And what did you say afterwards? You said, they didn't hand me the reins. You're the point guard. You were holding the reins. And what did you do when you had the reins? You scored 9 points in Game 7 against Boston. You blew a 3-2 series lead. So they fired their coach. Not good enough. You broke up with your guy. Believe in you again. You said, the bright lights of LA, that's where I want to go. Let's see if that works. Listen, James, have you ever had those friends who had bad roommates? Over and over, they complained about their bad roommates. Bad roommate here. They never thought to be self-aware enough that they're the bad roommate. They're the problem. Hey, James, you're the problem. If this doesn't work this year in this system with this team, then you're going to go and point fingers at everybody else, and you're going to go back home and you're going to start swiping right for another team. There's not going to be anybody left. Because, James, you're not the beard. You're not the system. You're the problem.
Oh, and the mic's are on too.
And this guy, oh my goodness, annihilates James Harden on live air. This was a whole diss track. Oh my goodness, this was Drake versus Meek Mill, straight ether, straight destroyed this man. Look at the comment. Like, did you guys see the live reactions of this? And this is pretty much just the icing on the cake of James Harden. And it's like, I don't know if these people in the NBA are blind, but everyone around the world can see that James Harden is just a loser, crying and making excuses and pointing fingers and getting out of every situation to get into a better situation because you're a spoiled brat making millions and millions of dollars. You don't think these players on other teams want to cry and get out of situations? No, man. You work your whole life to get somewhere, man. Try to figure it out, man. Show us fight. Stop trying to get microwave success. And this is what you have. You have a quitting crybaby on your team, ruining the locker room. It's just not good. You have to trade it. That's why I always refer to the NFL. They know when to move off of a player, good or bad. Just like the whole Trey Lance situation, just like the whole Zach Wilson situation, just like a lot of stuff, man. Sometimes you just have to move a guy. And the 76ers showed you guys how they won this. Literally won this. At first, I thought the 76ers lost their mind. Now we see that Tyrese Maxey has finally got the free range to literally ball out. This guy is dropping 50, but I think he's dropped 50 points tonight, man. This guy is literally doing his thing. And also, Joel Embiid is now more upbeat, more lifted because he know he has a guy in the trenches to fight with him. You play different when you have a guy with heart. James Harden is a loser. And like he said, you're not the solution. You're not the beard. You are the problem. And that's what it is. You are the problem. Not to mention that there are other minuscule problems like injury bugs being on that team and also Kawhi Leonard not being a vocal leader. Ty Lue is just a face behind a bunch of divas, in front of a bunch of divas. And pretty soon, man, if I'm Ty Lue, I got to get out. I got to get the hell out of Dodge because this is just crazy to me. And it's just not going well for them this season. Like it's not going well for them at all. The fan base let James Harden have it. You guys can see in the comment section right here from this report on SI.com where the downfalls of James Harden has been a treat. I can't think of a player who has done more to damage their legacy more in the past decade. Then you got another one. The system is malfunctioning again. This is even better theater than Westbrook collapse. Oh man, they're gonna have a field day in the media with this guy. Worst trade in NBA history. They're gonna have a media with this guy in the clips, as they call them. The Lakers are loving this. You guys are a joke. And I'm saying this as a fan because I really do like the Clippers. I like that they had that defensive, offensive balance, and to give all that up for one diva, one girl. Because that's what James Harden's act like. He acts like a damn girl to me. Not even a young lady, a straight girl, a spoiled brat, a knock-knee, fat, skinny brat. But anyway, I'm lost for words. You guys weigh in on this topic and let me know what you guys think about this, as I just have nothing else to say. Like always, like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let me know how you charge the game. Peace.